First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, health care, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
This original article was first published in issue 4 of the Sovereign Independent in June 2011. The lady in the image above was astute enough to keep a hold of the original printed newspaper. Depopulation through forced vaccination. The Zero Carbon Solution. By Rachel Windeyer. First published June 2011. On April 26, 2009, the Irish Independent published an article titled "Concern for Children's Health as Parents Ignoring Vaccines." Edel Kennedy, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is nothing less than an attempt by government, through their puppets in the media, to remove the rights of parents to determine the life choices of their offspring, and removes any doubt that we now live in a dictatorship. This is an outrageous insult to every parent in the country, who has the common sense to research the efficacy of vaccines themselves by simply looking at the historical record rather than trust politicians whose lies in the media, including those perpetrated by the Dept of Health under Mary Harney, regarding the farce of swine flu and the dangerous myth of HPV vaccination, have led the country into the abyss of utter poverty, and sold the country into the communist grasp of European bureaucrats whose sole aim is the destruction of every member nation's sovereignty, leaving them clutching at the bailout, begging bowl of the IMF. Vaccines are a fraud, pure and simple.
The thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero, and that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, health care, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.